What's up, everybody? I'm back, baby. This is another video. I don't want to say, I actually just realized it. This video that I'm making right now, it will be my 100th video. So that's like a, a little milestone for me. It's not much. You you got people that got thousands, 5,000, 10,000 videos, but like I said, I've only been doing this for about nine months now. So to do 100 videos with 100 unbiased, truth side taking videos, spreading the word of God as well, spreading truth. That's a truth that's a treat within itself, honestly, because it's not like I said before. It's the real courage comes in when you're standing alone and no one around you is and no one has your back. That's the true courage. I mean, anybody can stand with Ukraine or stand with Joe Biden or Donald Trump because you got a foundation, you got a plateau, but it's really hard to stand alone on the truth, especially if it is the truth, and it's the truth because 9 times out of 10 you're the only one standing on it. So it was a battle, but I made it to 100 videos. So clap it up. I clap it up. And so we're gonna get into this. Lia Thomas, University of Pennsylvania, first transgender person winning a gold medal. Yeah, full of controversy. But I told everybody this is what was going to happen. If you want to look into the LGBT agenda, I did a whole 3-part series on that. You can just look into my video playlist, and it's right there. Check it out. I told everybody how it started and how it's going to end. First of all, they start off, as we're victims and we're getting bashed out in the street, and now look at them. The main thing about it is where are all the women at? All the women that screamed Me Too and and all this and wage gap and all this extra stuff. Oh, where are these women at now? When you got men posing as women, beating them at their sports. Now, don't get me wrong. There are women out there that are not for this type of transgender. They're not for the transgender outpour into women's sports. There are women out here that are totally against it, but they're not being, it's not being televised and it's not being, promoted as usual. In a country like this that's trying its hardest to be communist and liberal and so-called progressive. But enough of me. I'm gonna get into this. This is Fox News. They're covering it, and we're gonna get into it. Because I told people a while ago that this is what's going to happen, and I tell people, you got the L's in, you got the lesbians, you got the gays. Now you got the transgenders in. You got the questionables, where you don't know if it's a man or a woman, or a man trying to be a man, or a man trying to be a woman trying to be a woman. You don't know. That's the questionable. And when you got LGBTQ, and then they're going to add the last letter, which is P. All right, the last letter is P, which pedophilia. That's the last letter to come into the fold. You better believe it. Mark my word. Before this lifetime is over, pedophilia will be normalized. Okay? This is not a joke. I am not playing around. Before this lifetime is over, pedophilia will be normalized. Mark my word.
University of Pennsylvania swimmer Lia Thomas taking first place in the NCAA 500-yard freestyle. She is the first transgender athlete to be crowned NCAA champion, but not without controversy, because critics say she has an unfair physical advantage over the other swimmers and should not have been allowed to compete.
Well, no crap. I mean, you don't have to look too far, but I mean, the chick still got his damn penis. Okay, and I said this many a times, and a lot of people said it too. You really want to be a woman? Okay, chop it off. Chop it off. Yeah, chop it off. Come on, chop it off. Show me you're serious. No, they're not serious. But see, you got people like this, and I think it was another story of another woman in the UK who was a bicyclist, and she had an interview with a news personality, and it was only crazy because we'll call her she just for face value, but we all know what we're talking about here. Well, this transgender person, they weren't winning in the cycling events with men, like they were losing. So what this person did was changed his identity to a woman to enter the women's cycling events, and was still a loser. Like, yo, it's not about whether you're a man or a woman. It's all about, can you win? You couldn't win with the men, and now you can't even win with the women. So that makes you a loser. You suck as a person. As a cyclist, not as a person, I'm sorry, I take that back, but you suck as a cyclist. Okay? That's just like, pick a new hobby, pick a new something. Because you couldn't compete with the men, and now you can't even compete with the women. That means you suck. Stop doing it. Okay? If I suck at rapping and no one's listening to me, and no one's buying my CDs, no one's paying me to do shows, it's probably because you suck. So you should probably stop. Right? Right. But yeah, this person, show me you're serious. Chop it off. But these men, they're not going to do that because once they're done, they still want to go back and say, yeah, I won all these. I won the women's contest and all this. And guess what? Deep down inside, these people, they just want to be winners. They don't care how they win or what they got to do to win. They just want to win. That's just the whole mock-up. All right. Well, let's continue with this.
Now, second place went to University of Virginia swimmer Emma Wyant, who won a silver medal in last year's Tokyo Olympics. She's getting an outpouring of support on social media, with some calling her the true winner. And we saw, Lauren, at that medal ceremony, the crowd was virtually silent when Lia Thomas was announced the winner, the first place winner, and yet they went crazy cheering for the second place
because
winner.
Lia Thomas went through puberty, right? As a boy, she has bigger lungs, bigger arms, bigger hands, and now she's competing against women who don't have that physically. So they viewed the second place winner, Emma Wyant, as the first place winner. I think this is a major issue for so many athletes, so many parents out there who are raising athletes, because the rules of the game are changing, and we're figuring out what they should be. Should transgender athletes have an asterisk next to their name if they win, right? Because Lia was like number 467 when she competed as a male. Now she's number 1 as a female. I mean, it's a tough issue, and I think it's going to be an election issue as well.
And Joe Concha, so Martina Navratilova, a tennis legend, came out, sort of said the exact same thing. She said maybe the solution in the interim is that you're honoring the decisions of these transgender athletes, but you're not negatively affecting those who have worked so hard to get where they are. So maybe you put an asterisk by the name, you reserve medals, you come up with some type of interim solution in the gray area right now, Joe.
That's not a bad idea at all. And if the producers just put up that full screen real quick, if you could, the first full screen showing the three swimmers, because that really hits home in terms of the advantage, right, that we're seeing here. And look, my wife is a former Division I athlete, right? And look at that, guys. And she would tell me about the training regimen that she had to go through in terms of being.
That was a Freudian slip right there. He said, "Look at that guy," but he was telling. He cleaned it up though. But I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean. Yeah, you meant look at that guy.
On the track team at her school, on top of being pre-med. It's just such an overwhelming commitment. And for these girls that are competing, knowing when they go into a competition that they're going to lose because one person they're competing against has a decided physical advantage. It's a whole bowl of wrong. But if you criticize this, somehow you're anti-trans somehow. Of course not. It's just a matter of asking for a level, competitive playing field. And I don't see why that's controversial in any way.
And Harris, we have parents, actually a video of them that spoke with Fox Digital earlier, and they sort of made that same point. They said this isn't really the right place to honor those decisions of transgenders because it's negatively impacting the biological females that have worked so hard. We'll play a bit.
We do not support a biological male swimming in the women's championship meet against females. It is an unfair advantage.
He's a human. We should respect that and what he wants to do with his life. But this isn't the place to do it. It's taken opportunity away from females that have worked very, very hard for a long, long time, even before college, to get in this position. And it's just not right.
So,
well, I'm gonna stop it right there. This is semi big news. This is not big news to me. This is something that's this is something that's been on the horizon for a very long time. They've been trying to misgender, confuse the genders. They've been trying to do this for a very long time. Ever since rock and roll came in and the androgynous look came in. Okay, you can go back to Shakespearean time where the men, they played the women in theater. Okay. This goes back to ancient Rome, man. Ancient Roman civilization, man. The confusion of genders has always been a ploy to divide the people. This is not anything. That's what I said. This is not big news. This is just right now. It's happening on a scale where people are able to pretty much take advantage of the social structure right now, to where they could be deemed a winner. They can do all this, and mind you, this is the University of Pennsylvania, so we already know who runs this state. Okay, your 4-star admiral of health. Okay, of PA. All right, this person. All right. I mean, my goodness, like this is why this city's going down. All right, like, and look, and look, I don't care what anybody says. Okay, this person's in charge of mental health. All right, so that's a joke in itself. All right, look at this person. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? This person is in charge of mental and physical health across the state. That's why it happened. Okay, so for all you Biden apologists out there who don't want who are in disagreement of women's sports should be women and all this other stuff, then guess what? You probably shouldn't have voted for Joe Biden, because Joe Biden put this person, Rachel Levine, this personage, this corporate designation. I don't even know I can't call this person a man or a woman. I'm gonna call this person a corporate designation, and I'm gonna keep it at that. But this is what happens when you allow your emotions about little social issues get the best of you, and you don't think with your brain. You don't think out the long game. And right now, these Democrats, the Democratic Party, they're playing the long game, and they've been playing the long game. And right now, they're just putting a lot of things into fruition. So when you see people like Lia Thomas, I mean, obviously, this person got like 2 feet over their competition, and it is unfair. But I always tell women this. I said men and women need to stop putting their daughters in sports. Okay, why don't you teach your daughters how to be future mothers and future wives, so that way they don't have to put up with the mental anguish of some 6'5" dude with a damn wig beating them out of a gold medal. Why don't you teach them other traits? Okay, teach them how to be future mothers, future wives. Okay, teach them how to cook, or maybe you don't know how to cook yourself. Okay, and look, and women's sports. All right, women's sports is not lucrative. Okay, so I don't know why. I truly do not know why parents they force their daughters into sports. The only sports that are very lucrative for women, I would say probably volleyball, tennis, and the WNBA, I guess. But for the most part, no one's watching women's sports, man. Like no one cares. And then when you add the and I got nieces, I got nieces, and I want them to be the best, whatever that they can be. But what I rather them be the best at, I rather them be the best women being women. Okay, and that's really what parents should really want from their daughters. They should want their daughters to be the best women that they can be, the best mother, the best future mothers, the best future wives. Okay, that's what you should really train your daughters how to be. Like that sports, basketball, that's fine. But once you're pushing women into these sports, you're setting them up for people like Lia Thomas. You set them up for dudes that put a wig on and say like, well, I'm a woman, yeah. I just gotta take some steroids. That's all. Yeah, you're setting them up for the heartbreak, and it's a shame. So it really comes down to parents being parents, and stop. Not every kid needs to be shoved into sports, okay? Especially females, because look at what's happening now, okay? Why force your daughter into this social injustice? What are you proving? What are you proving to her? Because see, when she's 30-something years old and still trying to make it, and then she done missed out on all her good years where she could have been a mother, she could have been a wife. But no, as a parent, you forced her into this social injustice infrastructure to fight whatever it is that you want to fight. And you probably should have fought it on your own instead of just voting for the other guy, because that's all that happened. Because I guarantee there's most people that are crying about these boys posing as women in women's sports. Most of these people that are so sad about it, these are the same people that voted in the people that are putting this stuff into play to begin with. But what I know, right? I'm Sam B. This is the Tune Up Show. This is the 100th episode. Well, 100 video. I just want to say 100 episode. But you know what? I'm out. Peace.